So Nndm continues to fall. We're going to jump into this chart, but before we do, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with Nndm, Nano Dimensions. Nndm continues to pull downwards. It's trying to fight back up, and it's creating bull traps after bull traps, right? That's the whole pattern right now. We're literally seeing that, and actually this was a pretty big one right here, and this is turning into a big one if it continues in this downward trend, because all we've seen for the last several months and weeks is a downward trend. The question is, will it break through one of the most recent lows of 597 and get closer to the most biggest low back in May of 540? That's the big question, and that's what we're watching for. So if it gets to 597, I will watch carefully how this reacts between 597 and 541 and 540, give or take. Now, some investors asked me yesterday, what about the acquisition? Well, if I talk to you about the acquisition, it might excite a lot of investors and it might seem a little bit like hype, okay? Now, if you look here at the chart, acquisition, what's going on? It's not really doing much, right? So I just want every investor to know that I am aware of that stuff, and that all seems great right now, but I'm focusing more on the charts because I'm not going to hype up a stock that's in a downward trend, okay? That's not how this works. That's not going to really help investors be aware. If not, I want investors to be aware and prepared. And as stocks fall down, I just want to motivate you guys and make you guys aware that a stock falling down is not a bad thing sometimes. Usually, it's one of the biggest opportunities because no one knows the bottom, but every time it hits new lows, that's a great opportunity to go ahead and get some more if your conviction is there, if you've done your research and you understand why you're in the stock. But if you just bought the stock because of hype, you know, and you didn't do your research and your conviction is not there and you're a little bit shaken because it's pulling down and you're not excited, you know, I have this saying that if you like a stock, for example, Nndm at 659, you better love it down here at 629 and all the way down here at $6. You know, that's just the way it is. If you like it at a higher price, you got to love it at a lower price. And the lower it goes, the better it becomes. And then you're going to love it when it rebounds, if it does. That's why you have to do your research, your due diligence, and understand what's going on in the charts. And yes, acquisition news and all that stuff is great, but right now it's not doing a big difference for the chart overall. So we're looking at the chart. So here we are. The first thing is our support here, 629, super important. That gets broken through. The next point of reference is down here at 618. And I have also talked yesterday about 626. It got pretty close to it. So keep those levels in mind before looking at 597 and 540. So that's the downside pressure. To the upside pressure, we want to see the bulls actually break through 649. If you want to round that up to 650, you can. Break through that, turn it into a support, rebound off of it, and then work their way up to this highest point here of 659 and the highest point that we saw in the last several days of 663 to continue pushing upwards and then work their way up to $7. That's going to be a key number for this to push upwards, continue into bullish territory and reaching newer highs, so that this stock can continue this bullish trend instead of continuing the downward trend that it's been for several months and weeks, and it continues to go downwards. So it's getting close to this. We got to see if it actually stops bottoming out, consolidates, or does a reversal with strength and momentum. All right, guys, so if you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell, and if you have a friend or anyone that knows about Nndm and you want to share this with them, I would really appreciate that so they can receive the insight as well, that they can go ahead and learn something new or benefit from watching this video, because it's all about every single investor and viewer being aware and paying close attention to these areas. And I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, so stay tuned for that, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together, and we look forward to having you join us. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that collapsed after earnings, and it's presenting itself as an opportunity based off the charts. Now, this is a great stock to actually start watching, doing more research on, and understanding why the pullback is happening, what got priced in, and moving forward, how it can look based off analysis ratings and the overall market conditions. So it's a great time to start watching it. But before we look at that chart and go into more detail about it, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So here we are with the two stocks I mentioned this morning. And the morning in the pre-market was looking a little bit choppy. And ARDX is one that I started watching, and TAOP. Now, TAOP had a small jump of about 5 to 10% at the dip at the opening bell, and then it ran up and then collapsed throughout the rest of the day, giving small jumps of about anywhere from 2 to 5%. It wasn't such a great performer. Now, ARDX was a little bit different, and it was a very subtle, slow upward trend after dipping after the bell, right? Started watching around 181. This is when I mentioned it in the pre-market, jumped up, pulled back down, and hit right here lows of 176 and started to run up, pull back down, run up, and then it spiked and hit a high here of about nearly 191 to 192, a highest point of 10%, guys. 10%, almost 11% plus. So this was one of those regular expectations on a regular day, 5 to 10% for me. 10 to 20% is a great day, and 20% plus is a home run. So this gave out regular expectations. And the other stock as well that we were watching this morning, which was TAOP, was a regular expectation as well. Very volatile. Had my stop loss put in. If it executed and I got kicked out, it is what it is. But this did move for about 30 minutes in an upward trend, presenting itself as an opportunity, trying to catch the dips or anywhere up to the upside from that first dip of about 5 to 10% opportunity on the day. Now, if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, and you want to know what stocks I watch daily and weekly over at the Patreon and Discord, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. So here we are with the S&P 500 index pulling backwards to the downside, and the cool thing is that there's stocks pulling down with it, and that's what's pulling it down anyways. So one of the stocks that got pulled down because of that reaction and after their earnings was PINS, Pinterest Inc. This is a stock that is actually right now in great territory to start being watched and a great opportunity to do more due diligence on it. Now, it fell really fast, and there could be two things that can happen. Today, it went from 56 to 61, so it could actually continue to spike up and then cool off again and kind of find a consolidation at this area and kind of create a support at $56. Or it can do like an upward trend and at some point come right back down, and it will be very interesting to watch between those areas and those levels and $56 to see if it goes any lower. So I'm definitely going to be watching this one carefully. This is not a stock that I'm like in a rush to jump into or anything, but when you zoom out and you look at things from a bigger perspective and a broader perspective, this stock already fell once really fast after the last earnings, all the way down to $54, and then it took off to 81. So this was a dramatic effect really fast. Could it continue downwards? That's the question. The next support I would watch is between $56 and $53 and $54 to see how it reacts. And if it ends up anywhere below that, it might be an opportunity, just like how it's reacted in the past. Last earnings as well went upwards, then collapsed, then it ran towards the next earnings. It started to fall towards that earnings and so forth. So this stock is pretty volatile every time earnings has came, especially the last ones since 2021 and moving forward, because last year it kept pushing up, and this year it's been a little bit on that seesaw action, right? Up and down roller coaster ride. So it might just be an opportunity, what we see here, and if it goes even further down, an even bigger opportunity. So as always, this is not financial advice. This is just me enlightening you guys on the opportunities that I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and what attracted me to them. Do your own due diligence, do your own research. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.